Great seeing you back for Devos. We are continuing Dwell on the Holy Hill. Let's talk about living with God's favor and blessings upon your life, his presence. Okay, be right with yourself. I talked about this last weekend. I want to take a step further. Look at the man in the mirror. Are you doing the right things? You know what's right. You know what's right. Look here. Psalms 15, verse 4. Who swears to his own hurt and does not change. Wow. Meaning, you make promises and vows. You say what you're going to do. And what you're going to do is going to hurt you. Okay, now we're not bring physical pain upon yourself, but meaning it's going to cost me. It is going to, I'm going to say this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have people mocking me. Or I'm going to look like a fool. The Bible talks about making yourself look like a fool for Jesus. If you're witnessing at the job, if you own a business and you're making it loud and clear who you are in the Lord, people will talk about you behind your back. They'll talk about you in your face and mock you. Okay, just take it. Okay, this person who lives in God's holy hill, he will do things to let God know he loves him, he stands for him, he speaks for him, or she speaks for him, even to the point it will hurt themselves. Look here, character is who you are when it costs you. I would say it's always nice seeing people praising Jesus all the time. They're in church praising Jesus, and they really love the Lord and everything. And then a trial comes along, and they are freaking out. And why has God permitted this? Hey, let me tell you something. What happened to that praising person I just saw? Or why don't we put our money where our mouth is? Or why don't we put our hands and feet into the labor of helping carry out the Lord's work? And just instead of just saying we love God's work and love his church. Look at Proverbs 20, verse 6. Many a man proclaims his own steadfastness. It's talking about how people talk about how, on it, how strong they are and steady they are and faithful. Look at steadfast loyalty, but a faithful man who can find. You know what that's saying? This man talks about it. It says, but it's really hard to find a person who is truly faithful. Let me give you a little secret here. So 30% of all churches is the real faithful crowd. Now, those faithful people, I believe this is hard to accept. I have people who are serving God today in the church. They've been with me for 43 years. They don't just attend the church here. They are still serving God here. 43 years. 30% of your church is the real super faithful crowd. Now, there's another like 40%, and they really look like they're faithful because what they do is they talk a lot about their steadfast loyalty. But this verse goes on, that's good. But where do you find a faithful man? Because there's only this many. They're all believers. Listen, you want God's favor upon your life. Be a faithful person. Serve God. Just be true with God here. Look, keep your word even when it hurts. Did you ever tell somebody that you were going to do something, and then it was coming up to the moment, and you don't want to do it? Or you promised to do something for them, things didn't work out well, and now it's going to cost you money. You have to do something that you didn't expect that you were going to have to do. Sometimes you're living for God. So here you're serving God, and you're doing all these things. And then all of a sudden, you want to complete, you're a man of your word. You're a woman of your word. You're now going to do what you said you were going to do. And then they turn on you. And like Joseph, they take you and they throw you in the pit. Does God permit that? Sometimes, yes. You know why? It's not until you're thrown into the pit that people find out who you really are. And they find out how great your God truly is. Because what's going to happen now into the future. Listen, just pay the price. Live for God. Live for him. Be so faithful that you hurt yourself sometimes, and you'll be up on God's hill, and he's going to bless you.